to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aunt Danny. Happy birthday to you.
And me, yeah, ready? Hello Bookworm family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Danny. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click the notification bell because it's always a mystery when I post new videos. And if you're not already following me on Instagram or TikTok, please be sure to do that. It is at _dancing_bookworm. I post on there full book reviews and bookish content. Of course, it was a beautiful day all day, and now, yes, thunder, lightning, it's happening. So you guys can see that happening in the background, but I am walking home. I know, dumb choices, but I'm officially on spring break. It's April 1st. I have a week off. Pretty excited about it. I say I have a week off. I have 3 days that I'm at the studio. 1 day that I'm babysitting, which is actually my birthday, which I am going to be babysitting and celebrating my birthday with the kids that day. And then everything else is just home, hanging with Chandler Bing, reading some books. So it's kind of what I got planned for this week. But yes, beautiful day all day. And then of course, the second I start to walk home, we've got thunder, lightning, rain, all that stuff. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in whatever comes next. Okay, I got cut off weird because there were some people getting into a fight in the parking lot that I walked through. So that was a fun adventure. But I did want to let you guys know, oh my gosh, I just did an entire class today in my theater class on enunciation, and I still talk like that. So, but I did want to let you guys know that I am currently listening to Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, I think is how you say his last name. I'm sure you guys know what Jurassic Park is about, but if you don't, it is about a scientist who figures out how to use DNA to clone and create dinosaurs that are real and alive, and they end up starting to mate and develop behaviors, like real animalistic behaviors that eventually turn into real dinosaur behaviors, and they start attacking within this like family-friendly dinosaur amusement park that he's created. So if you guys don't know what that's about, that's it, but I'm sure you guys already knew what Jurassic Park's about. Oh, enunciation class, and I'm still struggling. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently reading. I do want to pick up a physical book this weekend. I have nothing going on tonight or tomorrow, which is nice. Monday I will be babysitting. Tuesday I have nothing, so another reading day for me. Wednesday I have to do an online training course to be Jacob's like mentor. I'll get paid to take Jacob places and stuff like that, which will be really good because I do love spending time with my little buddy. So that'll be good, but I do have to do a 2-hour training for that, but nothing other than that day. Thursday, Friday, Saturdays when it gets a little crazy. Thursday, I'm going to be doing a Lilo and Stitch camp at the studio, which is going to be fun. It's for ages 2.5 to 7, so that is always an adventure. But they'll get to try a bunch of different styles. They'll do Lilo and Stitch-esque things where we'll do like some hula dancing, we'll make a craft, they'll take like a Hawaiian photo booth picture kind of thing. And then Friday is really busy. I have a couple private lessons that day, but I also have a 6-hour acro camp. So Friday I am a busy little bunny. And then Saturday I have a few private lessons. So nothing too crazy, nothing too out there, but and then Sunday is Easter, which I haven't decided if I'm going to go do something for Easter or if I'm sitting Easter out. Not a big Easter person. Last year I sat Easter out because I was in the hospital. So that was one reason to sit Easter out, I guess. I was in the hospital for my mental health, for trying to get that under control a little bit last year, and it's been really successful so far. I'm happy with the choice that I made to go and receive help for that, but I didn't celebrate Easter because of it. I was in a hospital that didn't celebrate Easter, so that is fine. And then the year before, I was actually in Disney World on Easter, so haven't really done any Eastery things the last couple years. So I don't know if I want to sit this one out or if I want to celebrate. I haven't really decided. I'll let you guys know when it gets closer, but definitely reading Jurassic Park right now. And then I'm between a few different physical books. We'll see what one I end up going with, but you guys will be the first to know. So hello. So it is, we'll say April 2nd, but it's actually April 3rd. It just turned midnight, which means it's my birthday, but for argument purposes, I haven't gone to bed yet, so we'll call it April 2nd. Hasn't really started my birthday yet or anything. So anyway, I had a pretty productive reading day. I did read the entirety of Jurassic Park throughout yesterday, so April 1st. So I did finish that. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I originally was like, ooh, it's kind of 4 stars for me because the writing in the beginning was really science-y, and I started off by giving it 4 stars, and then I just couldn't stop thinking about it like all day long. I was like, oh, that was so good. That was so good. So even though my call pile rating and like my initial instinct was 4 stars because the writing was a little in-depth for me, I did end up giving it 5 stars because I just kept thinking about it and thinking about scenes from it. I ended up watching the movie tonight just to kind of like compare and contrast, and yeah, I'm really glad I ended up doing that. I do think it is a 5-star. Chandler, did you accidentally well, luckily it's non-toxic. He accidentally just licked the lotion pump and it got in his mouth and he was like, so yeah. Yeah, anyway, the Jurassic Park, 5 stars. It was really good. So you want more of it? You put it in your mouth and you didn't like it. Now he's trying to get more of the lotion. Chandler, be smarter than this. So then I started listening to The Westing Game on audiobook. I did not finish it yet, but I will probably finish it before I go to sleep tonight. I only have like 10 chapters left, if that, and they're pretty short chapters. I did find the audiobook on YouTube and the chapters were out of order and I didn't realize it. So I was listening through the playlist and I was like, that doesn't make sense. So I had to go back a little bit. So it's taking me a little bit longer than I thought it would. Oh, I realized I didn't say what the Westing Game is about. So the Westing Game is about 16 nieces and nephew who, when their uncle dies, are sent on like this like race to figure out which one of them killed him, which one of them is like a bomber, which one of them is gonna get the heir to the fortune. So yeah, so all 16 of them are kind of racing to figure all this out. And it's pretty good. It was recommended to me by one of my students. I don't super love the audiobook because A, it was out of order, so that was confusing. And the version that I'm listening to is kind of just like a librarian reading it, which I appreciate that I have access to the book without it being on like a super expensive platform. But it is just not being read in a way that I enjoy it. But overall, I think the plot is just a little confusing. 16 characters is a lot of characters to keep track of. And they're not all main characters, but there's, like, they're all mentioned and it's a lot. There's a lot going on there. It would be interesting, I think, if, like, there was one chapter from each of them or something, but it's kind of like focused around like maybe 5 of them, which is still a lot. And then like the other ones come in and out and they're like secondary characters, and then sometimes they're like main characters for a second and then they're a secondary character. So it just gets kind of confusing. It's not my favorite read so far, but it's not a horrible read either. I was going to start a physical book today, but I ended up being a lazy bum. And in addition to reading Jurassic Park, I watched Jurassic Park and I watched Jurassic World because I had never seen that one before. So I watched both of those. And I've snuggled Chandler all day. So that's been pretty much what I've done. I do think that I will pick up a physical book. I was gonna say tonight, but probably not tonight because I am going over to the nieces and nephews' house tomorrow. I'm hanging out with them all day and I am going to celebrate my birthday with them. So yeah, kind of just a chill chill day, but I don't want to be up too late tonight because I'm leaving here early for me. Yeah, I also was going to do a lot of stuff, like try to get some renovations done with my apartment. Not that that's my job, but it's clearly not getting done by anybody else, and I just don't think that's going to happen for spring break. I really think I'm just going to veg this spring break. March really tuckered me out, guys. I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy. But we'll see what gets done. I still got a whole week. I do have, like I said, a few days at the dance studio that I'll be at, but for the most part, have a few days to get things done. But if anything is like today, nothing's gonna get done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make myself a little nighttime snackaroo, and I'm going to make Chandler give me lots of snuggles for my birthday. He doesn't ever mind that. It's never really a force. Sometimes he's a little hesitant if there's food, like if it's between me or food, he will pick food, and I'm not offended by that because some days I'll pick food too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna snuggle Chandler and have a little snack and listen to the Weston game, and then probably crash for the night. So I will see you guys tomorrow officially for my birthday. Welcome to Danny's birthday. Eat it or yeet it. Yes?
Are there spoons?
You'll find out. So this game is loosely based off of the Smosh game, Eat It or Eat It. What we're going to do is we're going to roll a dice. Whatever the dice lands on, you have to pick that number of plate. You have to eat what's on the plate. If you don't eat what's on the plate, it's considered a yeet. Every time you eat, you get a point. Every time you yeet, you lose a point. Yes, Ava?
What does the winner get?
Food of their choice or a special drink. Yes. Okay? All right. Price. All right. You got a 2, Riley. Nope. Whoop, whoop. All right. So you have to pick one of the number 2s. So there's a 2 right here or there's a 2 over there. Which one do you want, Rai?
That one.
That one. All right. Ava, hand her the 2. You got sprinkles. Will you eat it or yeet it?
I eat it.
You're going to eat it? All right. You got to eat at least 3 sprinkles.
These three. That's fine.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Good job. Jacob's turn. Go ahead. Roll the dice, buddy.
No.
Yeah, roll the dice. Woo! You got a 6, Jakey, so you can have this plate or that plate. Which one do you want?
Keep it.
That plate? You got old bread. Will you eat it or yeet it? Oh, Jacob, you gonna eat it? Yeah, buddy! Woohoo! Jakey gets a point! Yay, Jacob! Hey, that's pretty good for your brother. He's got texture issues. All right, Ava's turn. Oh, ready? Wait.
5.
5,
I
Ava.
need the top.
You got this 5? Here, wait, once. Yep.
A blackberry.
A blackberry. Eat it or eat it.
Okay.
All right, I'm rolling the dice.
No, me.
I also got a 5. That only leaves me with this option. So let's see here. Oh, look what I got.
Pepper. Can I eat it?
It's not pepper. Ready? Set.
What is it? What is it?
It's basil leaves. How is it, Riley? Good? It's just ketchup, baby bug.
I like ketchup.
It's so weird. I thought for sure no one would eat that.
Happy birthday, dear Aunt Danny.
It's me. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Me. Yeah, ready?
Are you 10? Are you 20? Are you 30?
Riley.
Are you 31?
Hey!
Jacob. No. Jacob, Carter. Look
Stop
at
breathing on my cake.
You've had enough chocolate.
Jacob, you have cake on your face. Just lick it off. Then you got a second piece. Hello, baby bean. Hi. Need a good scratching? Yeah. That's good, baby. Oh, hello. That's so cute. Okay, y'all. So it's no longer my birthday. It's actually about like almost 4 a.m. on April 4th, which we call April 3rd because you know I tell time based on when I fall asleep. But I had a really good birthday. I ended up spending it with the kids. You guys saw some footage of that, of us playing a goofy little game, loosely based off the Smosh game, Eat It or Yeet It, but we didn't play it like that because that wouldn't have gone over well with them. And then had some cake. My sister-in-law made me dinner. And then I opened presents, which I got a bunch of DoorDash gift cards, or well, DoorDash and Uber. So it was a pretty good day. Came home, took a little snooze because I was sleepy. So I took a little nap, and then I woke up and I listened to the audiobook Rick by Alex Gino. I did finish the Weston game last night. I gave it 3 stars, I think. I think really it being out of order threw me off, unfortunately, which is of no fault to the author. But it also was just, it didn't age well, I don't think. It definitely has some like old schooly vibes, and it didn't really age well. It kind of talked down a lot about people with disabilities and stuff like that. It just wasn't really for me. But yeah, and I just had too many characters. I got kind of lost in it with all the characters. But yeah, so I did finish that, and then I listened to Rick by Alex Gino, which is about a boy who he's had the same best friend his whole life, and he really thinks that he's a great friend, and then he gets to middle school and he realizes that this friend is not very accepting of others, and he meets a trans girl and kind of starts seeing things differently and ends up going to their school's Gay Straight Alliance, their version of their club, which is, I think it's called like the Rainbow Spectrum or something. And he meets all these people who are a little bit more accepting and understanding of people, and he thinks he's starting to identify with them, and he has to decide if he's going to keep around his old friend who is very judgmental of the people in Rainbow Spectrum. So I did give that book 4 stars, but it was a very high 4 stars. I knocked it, I think, mainly just because it was a very quick read, and I just think that, like, even though like they were in a pretty accepting school and stuff like that, I do think that there would probably be more than one bully or one person that's not accepting of them. I just think in the reality of our day and age, unfortunately, that I don't think it would just be this one kid who would be targeting them, but there'd probably be multiple kids. But I do understand that luckily kids these days are a little bit more accepting, but you know, you can't change stupid. So, but yeah, I do think that there would be a little bit more hate or hesitancy with some of the characters in the book, but you know, it is what it is. I did think it was really good. I thought it taught a lot, and it used language that you don't see a lot in middle grade books. It explained what asexual and aromantic is, which I feel like people like don't think middle schoolers can be asexual or aromantic because they're like, oh, like they're so young, how would they even know? They probably just don't like dating yet, which it could be, but it could be that they're also discovering these things about themselves, and you know, I think that was really well done, and I do appreciate that Alex Gino is a genderqueer author. I haven't had the opportunity to read genderqueer authors yet this year, so it was nice to read a book by them. I did really enjoy it. Again, I just knocked it because I thought there'd be a little bit more hate in the schools. Like I said, it's going on 4 in the morning, but I am going to start a book right now because I'm not very tired yet. But I'm going to start reading The Broken Raven by Joseph Elliott. This is the second in the Shadow Sky series. The first one was Good Hawk, and this is about Jamie and Agatha actually has Down syndrome. It's not named in the book because this is kind of old-timey clannish type of book, but Joseph Elliott works with people with Down syndrome and has confirmed that that is what Agatha has, and that is why I picked up this first book originally, because you guys know my nephew has Down syndrome, and I'm a big advocate for people with Down syndrome, so I liked that was a thing in the book. So But basically what the book is about is Jamie, who is kind of been follow the rules, don't go against the clan. He's been selected by his clan to kind of do something out of the norm for people. And on that day, Agatha is trying to help him and they end up getting to a safe space they didn't know they needed before their clan is attacked, and they end up having to figure out how to save their clan because they are the only ones who got out safely, even though Jamie wasn't aware they were getting out safely. Neither was Agatha. But Agatha's kind of a little bit mischievous, a little bit of a troublemaker. She thinks she's doing good by people, but she's kind of getting in their way and kind of bothering them. And throughout their journey, Jamie kind of is learning about himself and learning about the things in his world that he's slowly starting to realize. I don't want to give too much away, but he's slowly starting to realize things about himself. And Agatha is discovering her inner power and how to be helpful to those around her, but also be strong on her own and not need the help of others. So that's what the first book is about, and this is the follow-up book. There are 3 altogether. I think I said it's a trilogy, but there are 3 altogether. I'm not sure what this one's about, but I did really like the first one, so we're going to jump into this because I need it for both Bookerty and Reading Rivalry. I don't know how much I'm going to read tonight, but I at least want to start it because I feel like once I start a book, I'm more eager to read it and continue it and finish it, where other books, sorry guys, other times I'll be like, oh, I'll read that tomorrow, and then I don't want to get out of bed. So we're going to start it now, and then hopefully it'll be like, okay, I'm falling asleep, and I really want to get up and read this tomorrow kind of situation. I just got my breakfast, and all I wanted was an orange juice, and they forgot it, and now I'm really bummed. So I do have a sausage bagel sandwich with hash browns, but no orange juice, and I'm so sad about it. Guys, I got orange juice. I was mad that I didn't get any, so bought myself some orange juice. It's about 3:30. I think I'm gonna dive into reading Broken Raven again, but I think I'm gonna make some dinner first. I'm either a really late dinner eater or a really early dinner eater. So today is an early day, I guess, where I'm hungry now. So we're gonna do an early dinner. Probably make a salad, and then I'm gonna read. Okay guys, so I just got back from a long day. So this morning I went to Barnes & Noble, got my bag right here. I will show you guys what's in it in a few minutes. And then I had this online training course. So I am going to, as a second job, third job, however many jobs I have at this point, going to be working as Jacob's mentor. So there's an advocacy agency that allows family members to work as mentors, along with other people that they know, teachers and aides and stuff like that, to give Jacob some like one-on-one time with people who can help him in certain areas and get him out of the house and do fun things with him, and to watch him overnight so his parents can go out. So I'm going to be doing that now, kind of as like my second job for the summer when I don't work as much, and just whenever I babysit Jacob is kind of the plan there, which is pretty cool. But I did have an online training, and you had to have a really good working computer for it, which I don't have at my house. So, Chandler, what are you doing? So I had to go use my sister-in-law's office, which is in their basement, and it's a really nice office. But the training was just kind of It was weird because like a lot of it was like, oh, if you drive Jacob somewhere, and I'm like, I don't have a license. So I like told her because it was just one-on-one training, and she's like, oh, well, it's fine. You should still know how to do this. And I was like, okay. So yeah, so that was pretty much what the training was. But yeah, I had that. That was like an hour and a half long. And then I also had to go grocery shopping, and I just did a huge grocery shopping. Like, guys, look at this. I never have this much food ever. Like, ever. Never have that much food. I am very much like just buy what you need for the week type of person. So to have this much food is crazy to me. But it's because I went in person to grocery shop. If I'm doing it in Instacart, I forget so much stuff. And I don't really like going in person because I'm not a people person. As you guys know, I like to be home and in bed. But because I did it out and in person, I got myself a cupcake to celebrate. But it fell on its side. But I did get myself a cupcake to celebrate that I went out and humaned today. And of course, along with that, I did get books at the bookstore. So because it was my birthday, not my birthday, but close enough to my birthday, I did get myself a birthday bookmark. It says book on World Off, but I really liked the beading on the tassel, so I got that one. And then book-wise, I did get the buy one, get one half off 2 times. So for the first set of books, I got, hold on, they're out of order of what I wanted to show you guys. I got 2 middle grade books. So the first one is Half Upon a Time by James Riley. This is about a boy whose dad is Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, and he is up in the beanstalk, I think, and his grandpa is like, you need to go rescue a princess, like, you need to become, like, the man of the house kind of thing. And then it says, who'd want to rescue a snobby, spoiled princess anyway, especially one like May, who falls from the sky wearing a shirt that says punk princess and still denies she's royalty. So it's just kind of like a modern day take on like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of situation. So I got that one, and then for half off, I got Unplugged by Gordon Corman. This is about a boy whose like father is like a tech maven kind of thing, and he goes to this camp that's like tech free, and there's like a little lizard. What's like the big thing? It says he can't help noticing the adults on Oasis are acting really strange. Jet is determined to get to the bottom of things, but he convince everybody he's no longer just a spoiled brat making trouble. So he goes to this tech-free camp, kind of makes a life change while he's there, and then there's some issues with the adults that are getting strange. So those are 2 middle grades I got, and then I got 2 adult fiction. So I walked in and I saw this one and it just looked really cool. So I got this. This is called Sea Change by Gina Chung. This is about a woman who is just in her 30s, which I thought was a nice little age group. I don't usually see repped. I mean, I do, but it's usually like late 30s, or like it's, oh my God, I'm 31 and I'm not married. Like, I hate that. But this doesn't sound like a romance. It says I'm just going to read it to you guys. Ro is stuck. She's just entered her 30s. She's estranged from her mother and her boyfriend and has just left her to join a mission to Mars. Her days are spent dragging herself to her menial job at the mall aquarium, and her nights are spent drinking Sharktinis, Mountain Dew, plus copious amount of gin, plus a hint of jalapeno. With her best friend pulling away to focus on her upcoming wedding, Rose's closest companion is Dolores, a giant Pacific octopus, who also happens to be Rose's last remaining link to her father, a marine biologist who disappeared while on expedition while Rose was a teenager. When Dolores is sold to a wealthy investor intent on moving her to a private aquarium, Rose finds herself on precipice of self-destruction, wading through memories of her youth. Ro realizes she can either lose herself in the undertow of reminiscence or finally come to terms with her childhood trauma, recommit to those around her, and find her place in the ever-changing world. So I just thought that sounded really good. And then the other one I got is Anxious People, which is apparently a Netflix show I've never heard of before. But this is by Frederick Backman, and I'm just going to read this one to you guys too, because I didn't actually read the whole back of it. I just read the first couple sentences and it sounded good. Looking at real estate isn't usually a life or death situation, but an apartment open house becomes just that when a failed bank robber bursts in and takes a group of 8 strangers hostage, each of them carries a lifetime of grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions that they're ready to boil over. None of them is entirely who they appear to be. In short, they are the worst group of hostages in the world. But as the minutes tick by, they are begin to suspect that the criminal mastermind holding them hostage might be more in need of rescuing than they are. As the authorities and the media surround the premises, these reluctant allies will reveal surprising truths about themselves and set in motion a chain of events so unexpected that they hardly explain what happens next. So, again, another one that I hadn't heard before, but apparently it's a Netflix show. That sounded really good. So those are the 4 books I got at Barnes & Noble. I also got Ava like a little wall collage thing because she's been a helper to me this week while I've been babysitting. And I did get Chandler Bing a little toy that he's very happy about. Where did you put it? Do you have it over there? He's been eating it. He likes it. He eats the things he loves. That's why he bites me sometimes. Anyway, so I am going to take a shower, get settled for the night, and then I have a couple things that I got to do for my Lilo and Stitch camp tomorrow that I got to get out and get ready. And I'm going to listen to Jean Bonnet while I do that, and then hopefully sit down and finish reading more of Broken Raven. I have about 125 pages left of it, I think, which isn't too bad. Maybe more than that. I think I got exactly halfway last night. I think that's where I got. So I think I have a little bit more than that. But I am excited to read more of it. It's really good. I just I just couldn't focus last night is really what happened. And I should have been able to because Chandler kept me up all night long being naughty, didn't you, Bing? Kept trying to break my curtain. He did actually break my curtain. I have to go get a new curtain rod tomorrow. Anywho, that is what my next plans are. So I will check in with you guys if I finish a book tonight, but I probably won't. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll be inspired to finish a book. Who knows? Morning. It is 11 o'clock on Saturday the 8th. Tomorrow's Easter. I am so tired, guys. My upstairs neighbors have been so loud, and I'm like debating, like, do I report them to the landlord? They've got kids, so I try to be respectful of, like, kids need playtime and time to run and jump. But I mean, it is starting at before 7 o'clock in the morning, and at night after like midnight, there is some inappropriate relations happening upstairs between the adults. So that's fun. So that's what I've gotten to deal with the last few days and weeks, and just haven't gotten much sleep. You guys know I don't sleep much anyway. But yeah, this is bad. This is like, it's not even my insomnia that's keeping me up, it's somebody else keeping me up, which just makes me miserable. So that's fun, because honestly, I probably could have slept the last couple nights. Oh, sorry, my jacket's getting in the way. It's a little cold, so I keep switching hands to keep my hand warm. But yeah, it's rough. It's been a rough few nights of them, you know, continuing to make noise after midnight and waking up before 7 making noise. So it's a fun time. But because of it, I've gotten a lot of reading done because I can't sleep. So I actually only have 80 pages left of The Broken Raven, which I plan to finish up tonight. And what else did I read? I've read and finished Jean Bonnet. I did finish that one. I gave that one 4 stars. 3 stars? That one I gave 3 stars. I just didn't like it was very one-sided. It was written by the detective, so whoever he thought it was kind of, you know, all like, oh, it's gonna be this person, you know, kind of thing. So that was that. Which I mean, I agree with him. I don't disagree with him. I just think it was very one-sided, and you know, it's inside the murder investigation, so it's whatever he was dealing with the investigation, but it was very one-sided, but it was still good. That's why it was 3 stars, not like a 2-star situation or anything like that. I also read, what else did I read? I read and finished Ungifted by Gordon Corman. So I read all the way through that one and listened to that on audiobook, and that one for me was a 4-star. That one was pretty good. So it was about a boy whose name gets shuffled in by accident to a list of kids who are going to gifted school, and his name is on there because he got in trouble and ruined the school gym and it's not usable anymore. So he uses it as an opportunity to go to this gifted school rather than getting in trouble, even though he does not belong at gifted school, and he's very much a troublemaker and not a genius, so he's trying to make it look like he belongs when he doesn't. So it was a very funny book. I did give that one 4 stars, so that was really entertaining. I liked that one. It was a good little read last night as I couldn't sleep and was being disrupted immensely. So I did read that. I enjoyed that one. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself now, but it's kind of cold and I'm sleepy. It's cold and I'm sleepy, guys. I am headed into the studio to do some solos right now. And then tonight I'll be finishing up The Broken Raven. But I believe I've read 6 books so far this month. 1, 2. I read Jurassic Park, Jean Bonnet, Rick. I feel like there was another one in there somewhere. Oh, The Westing Game. And I read 5 books so far. The one that I just read, Ungifted, 5 books. So Broken Raven will be 6. So not too bad for only being April 8th. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm gonna go teach, and I will talk to you guys later. Hello, guys. So it is a little after midnight. But yeah, I had a day. I went to work and I was teaching an acro solo, and the girl came over doing a back handspring and she had her legs out to the side instead of tight together, which is a common mistake that kids make when they're first learning back handsprings. Don't know why. You would think you would want your legs over straight to like come down faster, but I mean, I don't know. Something with the muscles there that makes you think to, I don't know, go like a frog. But she did accidentally kick me in the head as she was coming over, and it kind of like tweaked my neck and I saw stars for a second. So I got a little bit of a minor concussion going. So that's fun. But I did come home and I slept for a bit and I set an alarm so that I would wake up and make sure that everything's good and stuff like that. But yeah, I am not feeling great because of it. I'm a little nauseous, little slow processing. But I do really want to finish Broken Raven tonight. So I'm going to try to read it, but even though I'm like processing slower, I really want to get through it because I only have 80 pages left. So I'm just accepting that my slow reading is going to be even slower reading tonight. Anyway, I also started listening to, my brain is just so slow and it feels slow. Like it feels like it's like do 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 do. Like it feels like the slowest like uphill roller coaster right now. But I did start another audiobook. I started listening to Bet on It by Jodie Slaughter. It is about, it's like a little romance. It's about a guy and a girl who meet at like a senior citizens bingo tournament. And she's there because she likes bingo, and he's there to help his grandma, who has 2 broken arms, do her bingo numbers. Oh, sorry, I'm also still really tired, guys, because I wasn't letting myself sleep for more than a couple hours so that I could make sure that I woke up and was fine. But yeah, so they meet and they decide that they're going to place a bet on if he'll end up winning a bingo game or not, because apparently he's not good at bingo, which is weird to me because like How are you good at bingo? Like, it's bingo. Like, but apparently he's not good at bingo. A game of luck. Apparently he's terrible at it. So she makes a bet with him that he will not be able to win a game, and they're kind of starting like this flirtation, and she's helping him learn how to play bingo, even though she bet against him not being able to play bingo correctly. I don't know. It's a little out there for me. What I do like about it is it has a lot of mental health rep in it currently. So it's talking about PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder, which I really appreciate having those reps in because I have PTSD, so it's cool to read a book with somebody else who has it in it. But yeah, it's a little out there for me. It also got like, it was like, oh, we're just chatting and being friends. Then it's like, I want to pull her pants down. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Which you guys know I don't like spice in my books, but I still put them on my TBR. I don't know why. I like the comedy aspect of romance books. Like, it's always like one of those funny little meet cute situations. Like, I like that stuff, but I don't like the spice, like, at all. So, Chandler has found a paper bag to play with, if you guys couldn't hear that. But yeah, I'm gonna read The Good Hawk. Nope. I'm gonna read The Broken Raven and have a little snack and just kind of accept that this is gonna be a slow read for me because I'm processing slow, but I'm gonna try to get through it tonight. So, yeah. Okay, guys, so it's 4 in the morning. It took me forever to read those pages, but I did finish Broken Raven, and it got 5 stars from me. I really enjoyed it. It's a great series. If you guys haven't picked it up yet, it's a trilogy. It's called the Shadow Sky Trilogy, and it starts with The Good Hawk, and then it's The Broken Raven, and I can't remember right now what the third book is called, but so far the first 2 have been 5 stars for me. I really like the characters and the plot line. The writing is a little difficult for me because it's written with like some Scotland and Norwegian accents. But yeah, I have got such a bad headache from this concussion, and I am just gonna go to bed, and I'm just gonna set my alarm for every 2 hours so I wake up and check my brain. But yeah, I'm just really tired and feeling slow and feeling frustrated, so it's unfortunate. Hoping I feel better tomorrow. I've had so many concussions at this point that I shouldn't be surprised as how they make me react, but it does make my PTSD a lot worse too, and my anxiety, just because it's affecting my brain, so, you know, it's affecting what's going on inside my brain. So normally my PTSD is very fast, and it goes like, it feels very spinny, and when I have a concussion, it slows it down so that I'm like slowly processing something that is in the past, which is weird. Like, it's like, normally it's like, oh, there's a flash of something in my brain and it triggers me or something like that, but this is like, I'm gonna just marinate on it for a few minutes and then be thrown off by it, kind of thing. I did reach out to my therapist already today, just being like, hey, I got a concussion and it's messing up my brain a little bit more, so. But I got myself a little bing here. It's giving me kisses on the head to make me feel better. And I am glad that I got through those pages, even though you're not really supposed to do much, like, looking at stuff when you have a concussion. I know I'm breaking all the rules. Not only am I on my phone, but I was reading a book and all that stuff. I probably should have stuck to an audiobook today, but I really wanted to finish that book. And I'm glad I did, so, meh. Hello. It is actually Easter. It's April 9th. I didn't film anything from Easter today. I went over to my brother's house and just spent time with the kids, but I didn't really film anything because I'm just not feeling great. This concussion is hitting me harder than I thought it was going to. So yeah, so I know I'm not supposed to have technology or be doing anything visual or stimulating, whatever. It's not my first concussion. Don't be like me though, guys. Like, you do what the doctor says. You do it. I just don't. Because yeah, but you do what the doctor says. I am a horrible influencer when it comes to health. So yeah, don't do your health stuff like me. That's not good. But I am about to do this training for the mentorship that I talked about earlier. It's the last little bit that I have to do before I can officially start getting paid to work with Jacob. So I'm just gonna kind of turn it on in the background. It's 7 hours, so I'm probably not gonna do it all tonight, but I'm gonna turn it on in the background. They said it's like, there's like quizzes, but it's like common sense quizzes. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to be working on my book journal. So I'll be book journaling and doing this training at the same time. Yeah. I only got like 2 hours left of bed on it. I might try to finish that up tonight too. And I was going to work on a physical book, but it did really hurt my head last night reading Broken Raven, and I had a hard time going to sleep afterwards because I wasn't feeling great. Okay, so I just pulled the training up and it's all reading. Like the whole thing is reading. So I am going to instead, I think, listen to my audiobook in the background and kind of read through it as I'm listening to my audiobook, because it's not stuff that I don't already know. It's like stuff that I can just review here. Yeah. But that's a bummer. I really wanted to book journal while I did this, and it's not gonna happen. Alright guys, so this training is taking forever. Right now, I'm on the New York State sexual harassment one, and the thing with it is it's like videos, but it's like reading videos, but you can't fast forward the videos. So like you can't cheat and skip ahead and just go to the quizzes. So, I mean, it's paid training, so I'm not too terribly mad about it because I'm getting paid for it, but it is kind of annoying just because, like, you can't fast forward, or, you know, like, it's stuff that wouldn't apply to me because I'm not actually working in a workspace. Like, I'm doing one-on-one mentorship with just Jacob. So, not actually in an office building, and a lot of it's like, oh, if you're in an office and your coworker does this, if you're in an office and like, I'm not in an office and I won't be around coworkers, so this doesn't apply to me. So yeah, so it's kind of annoying, but whatever. It's paid, so sitting here, but I did finish listening to Bet on It. I don't know what it's rated yet. I haven't done any rating for it. Probably land like 2 to 3 stars. I really liked the representation, the mental health representation in it, and the personal backstories of the characters. I thought the characters were really well developed. I didn't really get the plot. Like, it was like, oh, we can only have sex if we win a bingo, and it's because you're so bad at bingo. And I'm like, how do you be bad at bingo? Like, it's luck. It's a game of luck. But yeah, so that is like the plot line of it. And then, you know, time goes on and they're not following that bet anymore. And then they're in a relationship but not in a relationship, and blah, 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 blah. All that normal romance, meet cute type book situation. I mean, it was good for the characters. I really enjoyed the characters. I thought they were really well done. But yeah, everything else I was just kind of like, meh. So it'll probably land like 2-3 stars for me. It wasn't a 1 star, like it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't top notch either. I'm gonna do now some book journaling. I'll probably also watch a little like YouTube while I book journal I finally learned how to use picture-in-picture, guys. I know, I'm so behind the times, but I finally learned how to use that, and it's been a life changer. So probably gonna watch some YouTube, which one of the YouTube things that I subscribe to just did like a choose your own adventure Goosebumps video. And if I watch that, I'm like, does that count as like an audiobook? Like, I think it might. So we'll see what that video is kind of about, but I don't know if I'm going to watch that one or a different one first. Kind of just trying to kill time while this training plays in the background. And I can't just like let it play and not pay attention to it either, because you have to click next when the video's over. So when the video's over and you don't click next, you're in trouble. So, meh. Okay guys, I realized that we have an envelope to open. This says, for the Broken Raven, read a book that's been sitting on your shelf unread for more than a year. And it has been a book that I've wanted to read for so long, since 2021 I think is when it came out and I got it. And that was when I had my big reading slump, so. Oh, how cute. It's a little mini composition notebook. That's adorable. I really like that. Big fan. Good morning to you too. Good morning, baby. Good morning, Bing. Yes, I sleep with that ridiculously loud white noise machine in the background so that my neighbors can't wake me up, but he was being so cute I had to show you guys. Hi, Bing. Yeah, that's a good cat. Hello, hello. So it is Monday. Couldn't remember for a second. Monday the 10th. I just got home from work. Last night I did end up listening to that Goosebumps book on it was Smosh did it, so the YouTube channel Smosh. Shane Top read it as like something silly, like reading a Goosebumps book, but he read the whole book. He read like every chapter and even went back and like did all the like choose your own endings and stuff like that. So I did end up listening to the whole thing, and I'm going to count it as a read because it was pretty much the same as listening to an audiobook. So I did finish that one. 3 stars for that. That one was Escape of the Carnival of Horrors. And obviously by R.L. Stine because it was Goosebumps, but it was like a choose your own adventure where you had to pick like what rides you were going to go on in this evil carnival, what games you were going to play in the evil carnival, and the whole goal is to try to get out of the evil carnival in this choose your own adventure type book. So that was a fun one. I did just start listening to The Day No One Woke Up. I don't remember who that's by. I'll put it here so you guys can see. But that is about a girl who has had a falling out with one of her friends, and when the like nighttime hits, everyone falls asleep, and she's the only one who wakes up in the morning, and then she realizes that this friend has also woken up, but they're the only 2 people in town that have woken up, and they're trying to, my hands are really shaky. Sorry. They're trying to figure out what to do and how to get their parents up and how to get their friends up and stuff like that. So it's a fun little read. I'm making myself some pierogies right now that are done right now. So I'm going to go eat those, and I'm going to keep listening to this audiobook. I actually had to do this audiobook instead of Hello Universe because for some reason Hello Universe isn't on Scribd anymore. Like it just isn't there. So that's the one that I had planned to read, and I had to find a book that would work for a light in a dark place. So I'm reading this one right now. It's pretty good so far. It is what it is. It's not anything like, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. So I'm listening to that, and I don't know if I'm going to start a physical book tonight. I didn't get very far in book journaling last night because my head's still bothering me. I do want to do a little bit more of these training videos too. I got through about 3 hours of them. I still have 4 more hours to go though. So my head is killing me though. Like just like these weird spacey zone out moments of like, ugh, and it's just so frustrating. So I don't know if I'm going to do the training videos tonight or if I'm just going to kind of like lay down and chill, but maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll just have it playing in the background. I don't know. I don't really know what I want to do. Maybe tomorrow when I'm in therapy, I'll pull up one of my training videos and just have that on the background while I'm in therapy. That would be fun. Because my therapy is on Zoom. So. All right. So those are the plans for right now, though. I'm going to eat some pierogies and chill. Hello, all. So it's actually pretty late on Friday night. It's 11:30. I mean, it's not late for me, but it's late for normal people. I actually just got back so I had work this evening, and then so I have a group of 3 sisters at my studio. One just turned 13, one turned 16, and one turned 18. So they had like this really big birthday party, and I just got back from that and like got to see all my dancers and stuff there. Tomorrow night I am going to the Crunch Game. My dancers are performing at the Crunch Game. Ava, Jacob, and Riley are also performing at the Crunch Game with their routines. So Jacob and Riley are doing their hip hop dance, and Ava is doing her cheer routine. So I'm excited to go to that, and then we're going to stay and watch a little bit of hockey. My head has been doing a little bit better today. Yesterday it was rough. Today it's a little bit better. I'm not having as many headaches, so that's really nice. So I should be able to stay for at least a period of the hockey game. Tonight was really loud, and the lights and the DJing and stuff like that were really rough, but it was pretty fun. But I got home 2 book mail from Barnes & Noble. So I got a gift card for my birthday to Barnes & Noble, and I ended up ordering 4 books with it, which I'm pretty excited about. I got 3 middle grades and 1 YA. So the first one I got is A City of Spies by James Ponti. This is a middle grade, I believe. I don't think it's YA, I think it's middle grade. And this is about a girl who is a hacker, and she hacks in to find out the truth about her foster parents, and instead of being deemed a hero for finding the truth, she is faced with juvenile detention, which her birth mom ends up getting her out of by sending her to Europe to become a spy, and she attends a super awesome hacker school in Paris where she is paired up with a team of fellow teenage hackers. This is a series. I don't know what is the name of the series. That took longer than it should have to figure that out. So that one sounds really cute. This one doesn't sound as cute, but it was, so the books were buy one get one half off if you bought from certain shelves. So this one came on the same shelf as City Spies. This one's called Spineless, and it's kind of shorter, so I like that. And this is by Samantha San Miguel. And this is about a boy who, I'm just going to read the back because I was a little confused about it. Wild boars, alligators, hammerhead sharks. Can 12-year-old algae? I'm going algae. I think it's algae. Algae Emsworth survive the swamps of South Florida? More importantly, will he keep his asthma attacks at bay long enough to make a scientific discovery and fulfill his dreams of becoming a real naturalist? With the help of Frankie and Lulu, intrepid heiresses to the South Florida health resort Hotel Paraiso, Chicagoan Algae embarks on an adventure of a lifetime as he escapes certain death, discovers a brand new species, and goes head to head with diabolical thieves. At the same time, a deadly and mysterious red tide ravages the beaches, and a possible curse threatens to close down Hotel Paraiso for good. Soon, Algie, Frankie, and Lulu must save themselves, solve the mystery of the hotel's curse, and protect their never-before-seen species before it's too late. So it sounds good. It's just really, like, not something that I would normally pick up, but it was on the buy one, get one half off shelf, and I figured it would cover, like, a prompt somewhere down the line for books, and it was pretty short, so. Then I got, the last middle grade I got is Dust and Grim. This is by Chuck Wending. This is about a girl whose father passes away, I think. Okay, so she is being raised by her neglectful father, and her mother passes away. Her mother is not in her life, but in her brother's life, and in order to get the inheritance from, is it her mother that passes away? Hold on. Got their mother and the keys to the family estate, but for now the siblings are both orphaned. Okay, so apparently they're both orphaned somehow. So the brother gets, like, the keys to the family's estate, and the girl doesn't really have much, so she's gonna go and she's going to offer to help run the family business, which is a mortuary. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of that word. Mortuary for monsters. So basically she's going to work at this mortuary for monsters, which turns out that neither her or her brother know how to handle. So they both have to figure that out and work together, even though they're kind of estranged and don't really get along. So that sounds super cute. I did pick this up at the store physically and then put it back on the shelf because I found a different one that sounded better, but then I've got it online, so worked out nicely. And the last one I got has so much praise, and it's on TikTok all the time, so I had to pick it up, and it does sound pretty good, and that is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is about a girl who, it kind of reminds me a little bit of The Westing Game, which I just finished reading, but this is about, it says, she came from nothing, they have everything, let the games begin. So this is about a girl who, her estranged father or grandfather, something like that, who is it? Tobias Hawthorne dies and leaves, I don't know who that is, but somebody dies and leaves her their entire inheritance, and she ends up having to go live with this person's family who is completely disinherited from the family fortune. And while she's living there, there's riddles and mysteries and stuff like that that she has to solve in order to keep and hang on to this inheritance. So it's kind of like a game to keep the money. But as of the beginning of this book, she has like control over the family's money and they have nothing. So no one really likes her and they think she's like a con. So those are the 4 books I got. They all kind of have like similar vibes to them, I guess. I must have, like, when I clicked on the first one, just gone under like, if you like this book, you'd probably like. But they all sound good, so I'm excited that I have them. I'm gonna lay down now. I'm gonna finish up some book journaling. I am almost done with The Day No One Woke Up. I think I have like 30 minutes left of that, so I might just finish that up tonight as well. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of today. I'm hoping that I catch some video footage of the crunch game tomorrow, but you guys know when I'm at work events, I do get stressed out, but I would like to get at least a little bit of video of each of the kids so you guys could see them in action, but who knows? Whoever knows. So we'll see how tomorrow goes, but I will catch up with you guys in whatever comes next. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 8 a.m. on Saturday the 15th. I am pretty tired. I only got about 3 hours of sleep last night and I do have a full day today, so it's gonna be a tough one. It is funny, I was thinking, I think the last time I vlogged walking to work, I was like bundled up in a coat, and today I'm in short sleeves. It's really nice out. It's supposed to go up to 83 today, so that's pretty cool. But I do have the hockey game tonight. Last night I did finish The Day No One Woke Up, and I gave it 2 stars. I wasn't like a big fan of it. I liked the concept, but it didn't like deliver the way I wanted it to. It was a lot more dramatic than what I thought. I mean, the title does sound dramatic. Like, the whole thing was like, there were these 2 kids and they were trying to figure out how to wake everyone up because no one woke up. And like, it was like kind of like this like experiment thing, and I just thought it would be more like adventurous, and it was very dramatic and very like about bullying and friendship and stuff like that, which I mean is it's a good moral, it's a good story, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted an adventure, so not what I was looking for with the book. So I did give it 2 stars. Like I said, I liked the overall concept, and I thought the characters were pretty well developed, but just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to work right now. Working pretty much all day. I work till 5, and then I have to be to the crunch game at 6. So it's gonna be a tough one. So the crunch game is it's our local hockey team. So when I say crunch game, I realize not everybody knows what that means. Our local hockey team is the Syracuse Crunch. You guys know I live near the Syracuse area, not in Syracuse, but near the Syracuse area. And our local hockey team is the Syracuse Crunch. Every year, our kids perform in their war memorial, and then we go watch the hockey game afterwards. So it is exciting. It's a fun night for the kids, but it is going to be a long day for me. Probably won't get home till about like 9 or 10 tonight. I am leaving after like the first period, quarter, whatever it's called in hockey, or so, because I'll be riding with my brother and sister-in-law, and they will be with the 2 littles. So, you know, if it was just Ava, we'd probably stay later, but it is the 2 littles going as well. So, yeah, it'll be a fun night. Tomorrow I have nothing but reading, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna read a lot tomorrow, because next weekend I have a birthday party at the studio, and the weekend after that is our final competition. So a couple busy weekends ahead of me, so I'm gonna really enjoy tomorrow being a day off. Good morning. It is Sunday the 16th? 16th? Yeah, Sunday the 16th. I'm actually surprised I'm awake right now. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Chandler, get out of the kitchen. Chandler's driving me nuts. Let's go get him out of the kitchen. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm awake right now because I've had a couple late nights and not going to bed till late. Hi, Monster. Say hi. So yeah, so I'm surprised I'm actually awake right now. I'll leave that light on, I guess, while I vlog. But yeah, I just ordered some McDonald's breakfast because I was hungry and I couldn't fall back to sleep. So we're gonna eat some breakfast. I'll probably take a nap later. But I did start listening to Dear Evan Hansen on audiobook last night. So if you guys don't know, Dear Evan Hansen is a musical. I forget who wrote it. I'm the worst. But I always forget the authors' names. But I did start listening to that on audiobook last night. So I'm going to continue listening to that today. I have the whole day off today. Today I actually have a day off. So I'm debating if I want to read Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics or if I want to read Harley Quinn Reckoning, but I'm going to read one of those today. But yeah, I'm pretty, I'm tired, but I can't fall back to sleep. So it's kind of warm in my house too, so that's probably why. We've had some warm weather here, so I'm going to be looking for an air conditioner because I haven't had one the last couple summers and it's been pretty miserable. So I think we're gonna get an air conditioner this year because it's rough. But yeah, I'm not sure which one I want to read today. I also have Frizzy left, but that's not for my reading rivalry. And my reading rivalry ends on April 25th. So I want to finish the 2 books that I have for that first. And then Booker-D books I can finish afterwards. So Frizzy and Nothing Special, which is an audiobook. But my problem is Scribd, if you read too many audiobooks in a row on Scribd, they just block audiobooks so you can't listen to them anymore until the 28th. So I can't listen to Nothing Special until April 28th because I've already maxed out how many audiobooks I can listen to right now, which is annoying. So, but it's fine. I'll listen to Nothing Special on April 28th. And that'll be, I think, the last audiobook that I have for this month. So I did listen to Dear Evan Hansen on YouTube. I found the audiobook on YouTube. So thank goodness for YouTube because, yeah. It's a bummer. I can never, I always listen to more audiobooks than I do read physical books a month, so. I did get my OwlCrate Junior box for April today. I might just do the unboxing for that in this video because I am really behind in editing, so I might just do the unboxing for that. I do already know what's in it. I accidentally got spoilers, so I know what's in it, so it is what it is. But I am really excited about what's in it, so that's exciting. But I'll probably just do that in this video a little later today because I just don't have time to keep editing videos and I'm already gonna have to edit this one, so we'll just put it in this one. But yeah, waiting on my breakfast and then gonna mostly have a reading day today, which I'm pretty pumped about. I forgot to say, the Crunch game last night, it went really well. So I probably inserted a clip or 2 of Ava and Jacob and Riley. Hopefully if I was able to edit out the other kids or block out their faces because I don't have parent permission for all of them. But Ava did amazing. Absolutely awesome. Jacob stood like a statue, but you know what? This time he put his hands on his knees, so he did one whole dance step this time. One whole one. Guys, moving up in the world. And the thing is people are like, clearly that kid doesn't like dancing. He loves dance. He loves dance. He just does not like performing. And I'm like, do you want to go on stage? We don't force him to go on stage. And every time he says yes, and then he doesn't go up and he doesn't dance. So, I mean, he goes up. He just doesn't dance. He just stands there. He thinks he's very cute up there. But we do not force him to do it. And we don't force him to be in dance class. He loves dance class. He has so much fun at dance class. And then he, literally right after he had the opportunity to perform, we were in the Crunch game and he stood up on a chair and started dancing on the chair and doing his dance on the chair. He just likes to do it on his own terms. He's just Jacob. He likes to do things his way. But Riley did every single move. She was living her best life. Ava living her best life. They did amazing. The hockey game was fun. We stayed for about 2 periods of the hockey game, whatever that is. So yeah, it was a good time. Very tired from it last night, and I think I fell asleep early for me, so I think that's why I'm up right now, but it still wasn't enough sleep. It was only like 4 hours of sleep, but it was early for me, so. But yeah, gonna eat some breakfast, then probably fall back to sleep if possible. If not, I'm gonna keep listening to Dear Evan Hansen or pick up a physical book until I get tired again. That's pretty much my whole day today, which I'm pretty pumped about. It's exciting. Breakfast is here. Comes in such a big bag for like a sandwich and a juice, but it's because they put like a little carry container for a juice in there. I forgot to say what Dear Evan Hansen is about. So Dear Evan Hansen, if you guys don't know, is based on the Broadway musical, and it's about a boy who, by sheer accident is, like he's like this really unpopular kid, and by sheer accident he's suddenly really well known in school because he was the last person to talk to a boy who ends up killing himself, and it kind of gets set up where it looks like they may have been best friends, but he didn't really know the kid or get along with the kid. But the parents find so much hope in the fact that their son had a friend, and he doesn't know how to tell them that they weren't actually friends, that he just goes along with it and just pretends that they were best friends. And he's really struggling with how to cope with his own suicidal thoughts and anxiety and stuff like that as well. So it is a kind of deep read. It is YA. But yeah, it's based off the Broadway musical. I've never actually seen the Broadway musical, but I do love the music from it. But the book is, it's not what I thought it was. I didn't think that was the storyline. I thought it would be a little bit more, I don't know, like, it sounds weird, but I thought it would be a little bit more intense. And there are some lighthearted moments to it. So, I don't really know how I feel about it right now. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. But I'm gonna eat breakfast, and I should finish that today, actually. It's, I'm already halfway through it, so that's exciting. I'm gonna eat some breakfast, keep listening to my audiobook, and I don't know if I'm going to go back to sleep after breakfast or if I'm going to start reading a physical book. I haven't decided yet, guys. Still haven't decided. Is there a bing behind me? What are you doing? Enough for you. So, it's almost like 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. I did finish listening to Dear Evan Hansen. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really thought it was going to be closer to a 3. But after I thought about it a little bit more, Chandler jumped on the camera. Get down, dude. Get down. Okay. It did warrant more of a 4-star. It was really good. I know a lot of people prefer the musical over it, but I thought the overall story and moral of it was really beautifully done. And I really I love the music, but I didn't really know the story. It is very, it's like intense, but like it has some lightheartedness to it. It was a nice balance. And I kind of was looking at it from a YA point of view because I was like, as an adult, I would like to see XYZ in this, but it is a musical geared towards young adults, and I was a theater nerd growing up, guys, and I would have just adored this musical. I would have loved it. So yeah, I think 4 stars is fitting. What I would have liked to see more of was, you know, there was a lot of, like, I felt like something that was very realistic was this child has killed themselves. There's a student in it who has killed themselves, and everyone's like, oh, he was my best friend, I loved him, I can't believe he's gone, and like people like mourning and grieving and stuff, which is very realistic, but also like people posting on their Instagrams and their Facebooks and their Twitters and all that stuff about how they knew this person and how much it affected them and stuff like that when they didn't actually know them. And I feel like that's very true to today's society. Like, you'll ignore someone or you'll bully someone, and then it'll happen, and you'll, like, something bad will happen to them, and you'll be their biggest fan, and it's very sad, and it's very, very, I don't know, it's just very disheartening, but it's very true to our society. So I really liked that element of it. I thought that was very honest and very bold and brave. The other thing that I would have liked to see more of was just like character development. Like in a musical, these characters develop based on the songs, based on the movement, based on their body language. You can't see that in a novel. You don't hear that in a novel. So it was a little lacking in that for me, and a little lacking in the writing for me, because I think so many people expect, you know, like to open up this novel as people who have seen the musical, and yes, they can relate 100% because they've seen the musical. I've never seen the musical. I do know the music from it, but I've never seen it. So that was a little bit much for me. Like it was a little like, not much, it was a little lacking for me. It just needed that extra like detail and elements to it to get it going a little bit more for me. But overall, 4 stars. I thought it was a pretty good book. I definitely think it's a low 4-star, like it's leaning towards 3-star for me, but the way that they handled like society's view on suicide and grief and mourning and stuff like that was very well done. And I thought that was overall really, really nicely handled. Like I said, I'm just going to do my April OwlCrate Jr. box unboxing right here in this video for you guys. I do already know what's in here. I got some spoilers, and so I just opened it up because I already knew what was in it to kind of peek a little bit more, but I haven't opened up all the boxes of everything yet, but just wanted you guys to get to see it still. But I am so behind in unboxings. This is the best way for me to do this without overwhelming myself with more videos to edit, because honestly, that is my least favorite part of YouTube and vlogging and stuff like that, is editing the videos, and it takes me forever to get to editing them, because like normally when I'm doing stuff around the house, I can like have an audiobook playing in the background, but you can't have an audiobook playing while you're like doing a video, like while you're editing a video, or like a TV show or a movie or anything like that. So it's my least favorite part of vlogging. So I do think I'm gonna hold off on getting some stuff to unbox for a little while until I get caught up on editing. But I did want you guys to see what was in here. Chandler apparently wants to be inside the box, which is not happening. So the first thing that was in here was this little wallet, little change purse wallet, and these are all oh, the theme of the box was creatures or something. What was it? It was, that's next month's, I forget what it was called. It was creature companions. So all like different types of creatures. So this is actually Pokemon. Chandler, no one needs your help with this unboxing. It's actually all the Chandler, honey, no thank you. Ow, that's a bite. We don't bite mommies. Okay. This is a Pokemon, like all the elements from Pokemon, little wallet, little change purse. So I really like that. I love Pokemon, so I'm definitely going to use this, and my wallet is getting kind of old, and it's just packed full of stuff that I don't actually use or need, so this will be nice and small for me to switch over to, because I have a very large wallet right now and a very naughty kitty, and I don't actually use the wallet because it's so big I don't like using it. So the next thing, this is probably my favorite thing that came in the box. So I don't know if you guys can tell from the outside, but this is Nevermore themed, and I'm a huge fan of the Nevermore books. But even more exciting, it's I have always pronounced the character's name Fenestra, and I hope that's how you say it, but I've also always said Fenstra too, like I'm Fenstra, Fenestra, but this is a Fenestra bowl. So Fenestra is the Magnificat, so it's a cat bowl, which I love, and it says, "I see you've brought me my breakfast." I absolutely adore this. I think this is so cute and so fun. I love Nevermore, so this is like right up my alley. I absolutely adore this bowl. It's my favorite thing that came into this box, so I'm very excited about that. Then we have, I'm actually going to use this for a birthday party that I have next week, which is magical creatures themed, but this is like a unicorn puzzle decoration. So I'm going to put this together and then use it for that birthday party because it's super cool, but I don't really care about unicorns, but 6-year-olds do. So I'm going to use that for that. Then we have, this is, mirror wood. I've never heard of mirror wood, but I do love this. Wait until you guys see this. This is awesome. It is a rubber stamp. And it says from the library of, but look, it's got a little kitty with books on it. I actually like desperately want this tattoo now, just so you guys know, like I want the cat with the books on it. Like that is so cute. And I'm so excited to use that stamp. That is so adorable. And then, Chandler, you're really not being helpful. We have the enamel pin that goes with the book. I actually haven't opened this up yet, so I'm opening it up right here. I haven't looked at that yet. And then we have the book afterwards. This was actually probably my favorite of the OwlCrate boxes that I've gotten so far because I knew almost all the fandoms. It says Creatures in Between, and it's got a dragon on it. So the book is called Creatures in Between. Chip, chip. It is not for who? It's not for you. It's not for kitties. It's not for you. I'm sorry. It's just not for you. So this is the book. Again, it's called Creatures in Between. I'm going to take it out so I can tell you guys what the book's about. It's not a manga, but it kind of got that manga-esque cover to it. I think the cover is an OwlCrate Junior exclusive, as usual. So we've got the author's signed sticker here, and a letter from the author, and the recipe card that comes every month. This recipe is for monkey bread. Ooh, I love monkey bread. Monkey bread, so good. So this is Creatures of the In-Between. And this is by Cindy Lynn, and it's about, let me read it to you guys. Prince Jin is running out of time. He must find a monster companion before his 13th birthday or risk losing the throne completely. But while monsters, powerful dragons, wise Curran, and fierce Paeo used to roam the three realms freely, the only monster Jin has ever seen is his grandmother Empress's phoenix companion. The last place where monsters still live is the legendary Whisper Island, a dangerous, mysterious place that Jin's grandmother forbids him from traveling to. With Jin's birthday so close, he can't wait any longer and sets off secretly to prove his worth. But untold perils await Jin on Whisper Island, and the magical creatures are not so easily swayed. And even as Jin learns to understand the creatures of the in-between, a warning from afar brings news of an even greater threat to the monsters, Whisper Island, and Jin's entire homeland. That actually sounds really good, and not super something that I would pick up, like based on the cover. Like I'm not a big fan of anything, like I'm not a big manga person. I do like read the Pokemon books, and sometimes I'll read like if it's about like gender fluidity or something like that, something that manga does really well with, I'll read that. But I did not expect to be interested in this just looking at the cover, and it actually sounds really good. So I will probably actually read this pretty soon because this sounds really cute. But yeah, so I would say for me, this box, this OwlCrate box is a 5 out of 5 for me because I knew almost all the fandoms. The book is really good. And yeah, I think everything that came with it is pretty high quality, and I'm really excited to get to use these items. And yeah, so good win for OwlCrate Junior for the month of April. All right, so I have decided that I'm going to read Frizzy by Claribel A. Ortega. This is about a Latina girl who has her whole life been told like she has to keep up appearances and look a certain way and style her hair a certain way, and she doesn't like going through the hairstyling process that she has to do, so she decides that she's going to start wearing her hair naturally, and her mom gets really mad about it, and it's kind of like their family dynamic of why things have to be a certain way for one race and not another race. The art in this is by Rose Busamara. So I'm going to read this probably in one sitting right now. I did find Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics by Chris Graverstein on audiobook on YouTube. So I've been listening to that while I tidied my house up a little bit. And this is the second book of the Mr. Lemoncello library series. This is about like this kind of like Willy Wonka-esque game maker who makes all these games within his like Disneyland kind of library. Like there's animatronics and there's like things come to life and there's a lot of computerized stuff to make this library very exciting for kids. And this one specifically is about the winners of the last Mr. Lemoncello's games going head to head against the best of the best from other states. So this is the second in the series. Super cute so far. I'm on chapter like 27 or something like that of the audiobook. It's a really quick read. I really enjoy this series. It's one of my favorite middle grade series because I just love anything that I can like connect to on like a bookish level. So like they make so many book references, middle grade book references that I love in here. And then so I started reading Harley Quinn Reckoning by Rachel Allen, and I just couldn't get into it. Like, I read the first, like, 3 chapters, I want to say. Not even. Probably the first 2 chapters, and it just had so much, like, science-y stuff in it that I just wasn't in the mood for. So, right after I get done reading Frizzy, I'm actually going to, for my prompt of Blue Eyes for reading Rivalry, read the first comic book that Harley Quinn was ever in, which is Batman. I think it's like called Batman Adventures Harley Quinn or Mad Love or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I'm actually just gonna read the Harley Quinn graphic novel set, like comic book set, the graphic novel, so that I can still count like my Harley Quinn character for Blue Eyes. And I've been really into like Harley Quinn stuff lately. I don't know why, along with Pokemon, so just kind of been like my thing lately. But I'm going to read Frizzy first, then read Harley Quinn, which if you guys don't know the backstory of Harley Quinn, she was like a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum for like criminals, and she ends up falling in love with the Joker, and they go take on Batman. So that's kind of what that's about. So I'm gonna be reading Frizzy first, then Harley Quinn right now, and then I'm going to finish listening to Mr. Lemoncello's Library. It's already midnight as this is all happening because I decided to clean my house randomly. BPD at its finest, guys. You know, I always have those manic episodes where you gotta go do something right away. And apparently it was clean, which is not one of my least favorite manic episodes. That I can have those all I want. I need to clean more, actually. So, but yeah, I'm gonna probably finish listening to, or finish all 3 of these books tonight. So I have this one, which is a physical graphic novel. I have Harley Quinn, which is an e-graphic novel, and then Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics, which is an audiobook, and that will finish up all my reads for reading Rivalry, and I'll only have 1 left for Booker D, which I can't read until April 28th because it's the one that I was talking about, that the audiobook gets taken off a script for a certain amount of time because I've read too many. So on April 28th, I can read that one and listen to that one. I won't though. Oh crap. Ugh, I'm gonna have to find something to replace that prompt. I just realized I can't do that because April 28th is my competition. There's no way I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook during competition. April 28th through the 30th, no way. I'm gonna have to find something to replace that prompt for reading Rivalry or try to find it online. Dang, that's a bummer. Maybe it's on Audible for free. I'll check. Ugh, that's frustrating. All right, well, I'm gonna read these 3 books now and then I'll figure out that one later on, I guess. Hello. So it is Monday, the 17th? Is that what today is? 17th? I think so. So I am headed to work. I had just a bug fly at my house. That's what that was. But I am headed to work. I did finish reading everything I was gonna read last night. So I read, what did we start with? So we had Dear Evan Hansen, which I already told you guys I gave 4 stars. Then I had, what did I read after that? I read Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics, which I gave 5 stars. I thought that was really good. Very fun. I love that middle grade series. Just a good time. It's kind of like a Willy Wonka with books, but it's a good time. Then I read Frizzy, and I also gave that 5 stars. I thought that was really well done. Probably the best plot and character development that I've ever read in a graphic novel. She did a really good job of that, of just, like really developing the story. For a graphic novel, I always get lost in graphic novels. I'm like, all right, well, give me more. This one didn't feel that way. I felt very invested, fell in love with the characters, loved the storyline, so very, very good done. or very good done, very well done. And then I finished up the night with Batman Harley Quinn, the very first Harley Quinn graphic novel. Like comic book, graphic novel, comic book, to ever feature Harley Quinn. So I did that one and really enjoyed that. I did only give it 3 stars because, you know, I read it right after I read Frizzy, and Frizzy was an amazing, just like work of art. And then, you know, I read Harley Quinn afterwards, which is, you know, it's a different situation, but it was little biased based on how much I enjoyed Frizzy, but I do love the character of Harley Quinn. Still 3 stars isn't bad. It's a good read. A little short, would have liked a little bit more of it, but it was only 51 pages, so. But yeah, so I read all those last night, and I was able to find my audiobook on a different audiobook thing that I did a free trial for, but it is called Nothing Special, and it's by Diane Bilyak. And it is a nonfiction memoir situation about a sister who has an older sister with Down syndrome, and they're growing up together, and things they got into trouble for, things that she learned about her sister, her family development, what her sister having Down syndrome did for them in the 70s. So far, a very good read. Not a big nonfiction person, but it's good for what I've got so far. But I'm headed to work now. I'm a little out of breath because I'm walking pretty fast. Might not look like I'm walking fast on camera, but I'm walking fast compared to my normal casual stroll, because I am running a little late for me anyway. I always like to get there 15-20 minutes early to get set up for classes, and probably get there just about on time today. So I will catch you guys in whatever comes next. Hello. It is Friday, April 21st. I just got home from work. I have been pretty busy this week, and also just having still some symptoms from my concussion, which has been a little bit better, but not great. But today I was feeling much better. The other day I did start reading. I couldn't sleep, so I just got up really early out of bed to try to reset and then fall back to sleep for a nap later on. But while I took a nap, I did start reading Daughter of the Pirate King. This is by Trisha Levenseller. This is about, it says, I don't actually fully know what it's about. I've read the first chapter, that's it. There will be plenty of time for me to beat him soundly once I've gotten what I came for. Sent on a mission to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to the legendary treasure trove, 17-year-old pirate captain Alosa deliberately allows herself to be captured by her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search for their ship. More than a match for a ruthless pirate crew, Alosa has only one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and attractive first mate Raiden. But not to worry, for Alosa has a few tricks up her sleeves, and no lone pirate can stop the daughter of a pirate king. So that is what I currently picked up for a physical read. I did finish listening to Nothing Special, but I haven't rated it yet. But that one was pretty good. It'll probably end 3 or 4 stars. I don't know what it'll end in. It wasn't a 5-star for sure, but probably I will put right here what it ends up getting, but it'll probably be a 3 or a 4-star. And I have not started another audiobook yet because I just finished it while I was at work. And I was hemming some costumes, so I did that. But yeah, that is pretty much all there is to it. And I will check in with you guys on whatever comes next. Not really much exciting stuff to talk about this time. Okay guys, I am at work and it is technically already May, but I forgot to close out this vlog, so I'm going to do that now. In May, I don't plan to do a TBR. I don't know if I'll do one in June. It's just kind of the crazy season for us right now, so 50-50 on what I'll do for TBR wise. I do plan to vlog both months. I do plan to read Daughter of a Pirate King in May. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in whatever comes next. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!
Wasn't that a great video? Clearly books make me very happy. Now you can make me happy too. Click the subscribe button to follow my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you think I did good. And the notification bell will let you know when I post new content. Also, follow my Instagram for more book shenanigans.